The BJP launches a strong attack on the Congress party for its opposition to the Citizenship Amendment Act. Home Minister Amit Shah accuses the Congress of spreading rumours, challenges Rahul Gandhi to show a single provision in the act that takes citizenship away. JP Nadda appeals people to stay away from rumours. The BJP refutes Rahul Gandhi's claim that the National Population Register is a tax on the poor. Prakash Javadekar says the tax is a Congress culture, says Rahul Gandhi is eligible for the Liar of the Year award. Multiple rallies across the country in support of the Citizenship Amendment Act. A massive rally held at August Kranti Maidan in Mumbai. People from all sections of society support the legislation. A peaceful rally is also held in Assam. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal reiterates that his government is committed to protecting the culture, land rights and language of the indigenous people. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wins the Likud party's leadership race, expresses confidence of winning the election in March. And in sports, six-time world champion MC Mary Kom and former junior world champion Nikat Zareen to clash in the final of women's boxing trials for the Olympic qualifiers. Hello and welcome. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. First up, news about the Constitution Amendment Act. A large number of people gathered for a pro-CAA rally at the historic August Kranti Maidan in Mumbai on Friday, where a massive protest against the act was held last week. Supporters were seen carrying the national flag along with placards and pro-CAA and NRC messages and shouting slogans in favour of the government. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah told a rally in Himachal Pradesh that the Congress party was inciting violence and breaking the peace in the country.
The episode of pro- and anti-Citizenship Amendment Act rallies in the country continued on Friday as well. Rallies and demonstrations in support of the Act are being held in different parts of the country. They saw massive participation by citizens. One such rally in support of the Act was held from Mumbai's August Kranti Maidan to Girgaon Chowpatty.
राजीव गांधी जी ने असम में एक समझौता किया और उस समझौते में कहा असम के अंदर एनआरसी कानून लागू होगा और यहाँ पर सिटीजन रजिस्ट्री तैयार होगी। उसके बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा एनआरसी लागू करो। मोदी जी ने साफ शब्दों में कहा देश में जब एनआरसी लागू होने की बात होगी तो सभी को पूछा जाएगा। इस देश में अगर घुसपैठ करके कोई बांग्लादेशी रहता हो तो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं क्या उसको इस देश में रखना चाहिए?
Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Amit Shah alleged that Congress is spreading lies and rumours about CAA. He asked Rahul Gandhi which provision in the Act enables the government to take away citizenship. BJP's working president JP Nadda also urged people to stay away from rumour mongering.
ये बिल अब बन चुका है, भारत सरकार की वेबसाइट पर है। ये कांग्रेस पार्टी, कांग्रेस एंड कंपनी अफवाहें फैला रही है कि इससे माइनॉरिटी की, मुसलमान भाइयों की नागरिकता जाने वाली। मैं चैलेंज देता हूं यहां से राहुल बाबा को, ये पूरे एक्ट के अंदर एक भी जगह पे किसी की भी नागरिकता लेने का अगर प्रावधान है तो कृपया आप बता दीजिए।
जो सिटीजन अमेंडमेंट एक्ट आया जिसके बारे में अमित जी हमारे को बड़े डिटेल में बताएंगे, लेकिन यह भी सब चाहते थे लेकिन करने की इच्छा शक्ति नहीं थी। इच्छा शक्ति मोदी जी में आई और सूत्रधार बने अमित शाह जी, इन्होंने इसको पूरा करके दिया है।
BJP also launched an attack on the Congress and its leader Rahul Gandhi for terming NPR a tax on the poor.
राहुल गांधी कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष थे तब भी और अब नहीं है तब भी कुछ भी बोलते हैं और लगातार झूठ बोलते हैं। आज उन्होंने कहा कि एनपीआर गरीब पर टैक्स है। एनपीआर तो पॉपुलेशन रजिस्टर है, लोगों की जानकारी जो लोग देते हैं वो इकट्ठा करके रखते हैं। तो इसमें टैक्स कहां से आया? तो टैक्स कांग्रेस का कल्चर है। जयंती टैक्स, कोयला टैक्स, 2G टैक्स, एनपीआर और आधार, दोनों का परिणाम यह हुआ कि डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर शुरू हुआ, सफलता से चला। आज मोदी जी 100 रुपए भेजते हैं तो 100 के 100 रुपए गरीब के खाते में जमा होते हैं। यह गरीबों की आजादी है और इसलिए लोग एनपीआर का स्वागत करते हैं। लेकिन कांग्रेस है कि उनका टैक्स बंद होता है, भ्रष्टाचार की संभावना खत्म होती है, ऐसा एक और कदम है, तो वो एनपीआर का विरोध में जुटी है। और इसलिए इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स उनके लिए राजनीतिक सौदे का विषय है।
Many other senior BJP leaders and ministers from the party are holding press conferences in different parts of the country to clarify any misgivings or doubts that citizens may have about issues related to CAA, NRC and NPR.
जहां सामान्य विदेशी नागरिक सिटीजनशिप लेने के लिए आता है तो 12 साल का डोमिसाइल की जरूरत होती है। जहां ये विस्थापित जो आते हैं, शरणार्थी जो आते हैं रिलीजियस परसिक्यूशन के कारण, उनके लिए 6 साल बनाया गया। इसके अलावा कोई अंतर नहीं है। फिर जाकर इसको विवाद करना और उस विवाद में देश भर में हिंसा फैलाना, जब ये चल नहीं रहा है, जब सच्चाई देश के सामने आ रहा है, फिर इसके साथ अनेक अन्य चीजें जोड़ देना।
Some parts of the country also witnessed anti-CAA protests that were largely peaceful. Uttar Pradesh police stayed on alert on Friday in the wake of protests. The situation in Assam was completely normal and peaceful.
These sort of rallies are being organized in other parts of the state also every day in phased manner, and this is a relentless effort to maintain peace and tranquility in the state. At the same time, to eliminate misinformation that is doing the round regarding a Citizenship Amendment Act.
Apart from the rally in Guwahati, Jagirod in Morigaon district witnessed a rally led by Hemant Biswa Sarma. Later, Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal and many other MLAs also participated in this rally that saw crowds of participants for as long as 4 kilometers. Addressing the rally, Sonowal resolved to protect identity and culture of the indigenous people of Assam.
We will protect identity and culture of the indigenous people of Assam. People should not believe on rumors that is being spread in the name of CAA.
The government is leaving no stone unturned to clear the air over CAA, NRC and NPR. And with the increasing support from the masses, it is hoped that better sense will prevail. Vilnitendra from Delhi, Shishir from Mumbai, Bikramjeet from Shimla and Kamal Bora from Guwahati, DD India.
All right, moving on. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has hailed the people of Himachal Pradesh for their valor. Addressing a rally in Shimla on Friday, Amit Shah said that there have been 4 Paramveer Chakra winners from the state. He saluted the bravery and sacrifice of the people of Himachal Pradesh. The rally was organized to mark the completion of 2 years of the Jairam Thakur-led BJP government in the state.
As the BJP government completes its successful 2 years in the state of Himachal Pradesh, a huge rally was organized on the historic Ridge Road of Shimla to mark the event. Home Minister Amit Shah, BJP President JP Nadda, Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur, along with other party dignitaries participated in the rally. While addressing the gathering, the Home Minister said that be it terrorism or Naxalism, the unsung heroes from the land of Himachal Pradesh have always sacrificed themselves for the safety of the nation. Highlighting the work done under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah said that India is moving at a rapid pace to achieve development for all. Meanwhile, he also credited the Jairam Thakur government with providing a gas connection in each and every household.
ढेर सारे नए कानून, नए निर्णय करके देश को विकास के रास्ते पर आगे ले जाने का काम किया और हम आने वाले दिनों में $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बने, इसका रास्ता नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने प्रशस्त किया। बहुत सालों से $2 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी पर हम स्थगित थे, एक ही 5 साल के अंदर $1 ट्रिलियन को बढ़ाने का काम किया और मुझे पूरा भरोसा है कि अगली बार जब हम जनता का आशीर्वाद लेने मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में आएंगे, $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाकर आएंगे। मित्रों, आज हिमाचल के अंदर अभी 3 बहनों को, माताओं को यहां से गैस वितरण किया गया, गैस की किट दी गई। उसके बाद हिमाचल में एक भी घर ऐसा नहीं है जहां लकड़ियां, कंडे और जलाकर, टहनियां जलाकर खाना बनाना पड़ेगा।
On the occasion, BJP Working President JP Nadda emphasized that the Narendra Modi government has not left any stone unturned towards developing the state, and he even provided the state with a special package.
हम गौरव के साथ बोल सकते हैं कि जब आपने दिल्ली में मोदी जी की सरकार बिठाई तो आपके बिना मांगे 2014 में उन्होंने हिमाचल को फिर से स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेट, हिली स्टेट दे दिया। यह हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए।
Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur also addressed the gathering and spoke of the work done by his government in the last 2 years. He vowed to continue working for the development of the state.
मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है कि जो छोटे छोटे इनिशिएटिव लिए, नई नई योजनाएं कि हमने हिमाचल प्रदेश में शुरू की, प्रदेश की जनता ने उनको स्वीकारा और स्वीकार करने के साथ साथ में उनको सहयोग दिया, आत्मसात किया। और आज मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है कि हिमाचल प्रदेश में जो योजना हमने जनहित में शुरू की थी, उन योजनाओं को अपना समर्थन और सहयोग दे करके हिमाचल प्रदेश में जब परीक्षा के इस दौर में से हम गुजरे, चाहे वो लोकसभा का चुनाव था, चाहे वो विधानसभा का उपचुनाव थे, हम दोनों जगह जो है सफलतापूर्वक जो है अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंचे।
At the event, Home Minister Amit Shah released a booklet encapsulating the work done by the government. He later participated in the groundbreaking event of Global Investors Meet 2019. The meet is a flagship business event which will host around 200 investors. With inputs from Bikramjit Singh, DD India.
In news that would interest the Indian diaspora, Overseas Citizenship of India or OCI cardholders in certain age groups can travel to India even if they have not re-registered it after the issuance of their new passports, as the Home Ministry has relaxed travel conditions till 30th June of 2020. Now, according to the Union Home Ministry, an Overseas Citizen of India cardholder is required to re-register each time a new passport is issued till 20 years of age and once after 50 years of age. Now, this is not mandatory in the age group of 21 to 50 years. In order to facilitate OCI cardholders, the requirement has been relaxed till 30th June 2020. The OCI cardholders should carry existing OCI card along with old and new passport. The OCI card gives the cardholder a lifelong visa to India. It was an emotional moment for the Indian Air Force personnel as the iconic MiG-27, which played an important role in the 1999 Kargil War, rode through the skies for the last time on Friday after serving for over 3 decades. The swing-wing fighter had been the backbone of the ground attack fleet of the Air Force and was decommissioned at a grand ceremony held at the Jodhpur Air Base. More in the next report.
December 27th is the day when MiG-27 bid adieu to the Indian Air Force. Bidding farewell to its Bahadur, the Indian Air Force organized a decommissioning ceremony at the Jodhpur Air Base. The MiG-27 is a Soviet-origin aircraft that was built under license by HAL. All of its variants have been phased out in the recent past. Only the MiG-27 upgrade was the last serving fighter jet. It's lovingly called Bahadur by its pilots for its valiant nature in the Kargil War of 1999. In 1985, the swing-wing fighter jet became a part of the IAF strike fleet and has always brought glory to the force. The fighter aircraft has been the backbone of ground attack fleet of the Air Force for over 34 years. MiG-27 contributed significantly in wars and peacekeeping operations since Operation Parakram, but emerged as the real hero in the 1999 Kargil War. MiG-27 proved to be an ace attacker when it accurately delivered rockets and bombs at high altitudes at a speed of 1700 km/h during the Kargil War. Its contribution in the Kargil war earned it the title Bahadur.
स्पेशली जो कारगिल ऑपरेशन था उसमें इंजेक्ट होने के बाद उसमें ये जहाज बहुत अहम तरीके से पार्टिसिपेट किया और जब भी इस जहाज को किसी भी काम के लिए बुलाया गया इट हैज परफॉर्म टू इट्स बेस्ट.
MiG-27 has been the backbone of the Indian Air Force for several decades. Post the Kargil war, the fighter aircraft was upgraded in 2006. It is to be noted that before this, the outdated versions of other fighter aircrafts MiG-23BN, MiG-23MF and MiG-27 were decommissioned from IAF fleet. With Neeraj Singh in Jodhpur, DD India.
Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday said that the announcement by the Urban Affairs Ministry to sanction 1 crore houses under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urjan was a momentous achievement. Responding to a tweet by Urban Affairs Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, Prime Minister Modi tweeted, and I quote here, "This is a momentous achievement for the urban poor and the middle class. This initiative has been marked by transparency, use of technology and rapid implementation. I congratulate entire team at Urban Affairs Ministry for their hard work to ensure every Indian has a roof over their head." Unquote. And Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Friday launched a mobile app for the Deaf Expo 2020 to be held in New Delhi. Now, the app is available on Apple App Store and Android Play Store. The main features of the app are inform, engage and feedback. It provides a detailed information about the day-to-day events, exhibitors taking part in the event, defence public sector undertakings and guest speakers at seminars. The app has been developed by the Department of Defence Production under the Ministry of Defence with the aim of engaging with visitors as well as exhibitors. The app has a feedback mechanism for improving the organisation of the event. Right, moving on, the Unique Identification Authority of India, or UIDAI, announced a new milestone achieved by the Aadhaar project, crossing of the 125 crore mark. This means that over 1.25 billion people of India have the 12-digit unique identity. The achievement comes along with the rapidly increasing use of Aadhaar as the primary identity document by the Aadhaar holders. This is evident from the fact that Aadhaar-based authentication services have been used close to 37,000 crore times since its inception. At present, the UIDAI receives about 3 crore authentication requests every day. A cold wave continued in several parts of northern India on Friday. Delhi recorded the season's lowest temperature of 4.2 degrees Celsius. It was -5.6 in Srinagar. The Met Department predicts some relief from 31st December onwards.
Whole of North India is under the grip of a severe cold spell, with cold or severe cold day conditions likely to continue for the next 5 days in many areas. On Friday, Delhi froze to the bone at 4.2 degrees Celsius, which was 3 degrees below normal.
It's a prolonged cold wave season across northern India, especially the Delhi and NCR region is experiencing non-stop cold days, and it is going to be the second most coldest December in New Delhi because the average maximum temperature has come down to less than 20 degrees Celsius.
It's sort of dry and cold. We had to put some extra layers.
It's a little bit chill for me, and we buy this extra layer again. And
the meteorological department has also expected and forecasted a wet spell on 31st of December and 1st of January 2020, which is going to bring rainfall at scattered places, isolated places, scattered rainfall, moderate rainfall is predicted with thunderstorms and hailstorms. Special advisories have been issued by the meteorological department, and red alert has also been issued for people to take precautions before venturing out of their houses.
इसमें जो अधिकतम तापमान है वो लगभग 6.5 डिग्री या उससे कम आएगा, तो दिल्ली एनसीआर में आज भी हमारे पास सीवियर कोल्ड डे कंडीशन रहेगी। और साथ ही साथ देखेंगे कि आज जो हमारे पास न्यूनतम तापमान 4.2 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ज़्यादातर ऑब्जर्वेटरीज में रिकॉर्ड किया गया है। 28 और 29 में भी हम लोग कोल्ड वेव की संभावना जता रहे हैं। और
Bone-chilling cold in Haryana and Punjab continued on Friday. In Hisar, the mercury rolled down to 0.3 degrees, making it the coldest night of the season. Batinda recorded a minimum temperature of 2.8 degrees, while the mercury plunged to 5 degrees Celsius in Amritsar.
ना कोई पैसे दी शक्ल वेखी है, कितना दिन ही हो गया, 15-20 दिन हो गए ना सूरज देवता निकलते हुए।
The cold wave continued its record-breaking spree in Bihar, due to which Several deaths were also reported on Thursday. Due to cold outbreak in the state, the health department has now issued advisories for all the districts. Cold wave tightened its grip in Uttar Pradesh. The icy winds from the northwest direction are keeping the temperature down continuously. Scientists say that the same weather is expected to last till December 29. Showers are expected on 31st December and 1st January. Lucknow recorded a minimum temperature of 7.7 degrees above normal. Minimum temperature in Varanasi including Prayagraj remains between 6 and 7 degrees. Foggy mornings are also leading to flight cancellations and train delays.
बुंदेलखंड से हमें जाना है, काशी पकड़ना है, लेकिन सभी 2-2, 3-3 घंटे सभी ट्रेनें लेट हैं.
In North India, 21 trains are running late by 6 hours, while some are also reported to be cancelled. DD India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with people at home and abroad in his Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. on Sunday. It will be his 60th episode of the monthly radio program. The Prime Minister has invited people to suggest topics that they think he should address in the episode. You can dial 1800117800 to record your message. You can write on the Namo app, Open Forum or MyGov. You can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received via SMS to give your suggestions. In business news, the Reserve Bank of India's annual financial stability report has said that the country's financial system remains stable despite slowing economic growth. The report said that all major risk groups such as global risks, risk perceptions and macroeconomic conditions, financial market risks and institutional positions were perceived as medium risks affecting the financial system. However, the perception of risks on various fronts such as domestic growth, fiscal, corporate sector and banks' asset quality has gone up between April and October 2019. And the Indian diaspora in Japan held a massive rally in support of the CAA and the NRC. A large number of Indians have come out to dispel misinformation and myths surrounding the law and its implementation. And talking about Japan, Japan has decided to send a warship and patrol planes to protect its ships in West Asia. The situation there remains volatile. Japan imports 90% of its crude oil from West Asia. Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary said that under the plan approved by Prime Minister Abe Shinzo's government, a helicopter-equipped destroyer and 2 P-3C patrol planes would be dispatched for information gathering to ensure safe path of Japanese vessels through the region. If there are any emergencies, a special order would be issued by the Japanese Defense Minister to allow the forces to use weapons to protect ships in danger.
Japan's government has announced that it will send a warship and patrol planes to protect Japanese ships in the Middle East, as the situation in the region from which it sources nearly 90% of its crude oil imports remains volatile. The rare overseas deployment, which will be limited to intelligence gathering, is meant to ensure the security of Japanese merchant ships and help maintain peace and stability in the region. The Cabinet Office said in a statement, the decision follows a series of attacks on oil tankers in the region, one of which was Japanese operated.
To ensure the peace and stability in the Middle East region, along with the safety of vessels related to Japan, we will steadily prepare for the deployment of the self-defense forces ships and aircraft. Sending assets for information gathering is Japan's own individual measure. We have explained this to the United States, along with the relevant countries and coastal states.
The deployment will include one destroyer equipped with helicopters and at least one of 2 P-3C patrol planes currently engaged in anti-piracy operations near Somalia. The mission has been authorized for 1 year and can be extended. The announcement follows a meeting last week in Tokyo between Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and President Hassan Rouhani of Iran, whose country the United States has blamed for attacks on tankers in the Gulf of Oman in June. The United States has called for an international coalition to protect ships in the region, but only a few of its allies have joined that mission. DD News.
And Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has comfortably pushed away a challenge to his leadership of the conservative Likud party by winning 72.5% of the votes against the 27.5% votes of his main opponent and former Interior Minister Gideon Saar. The landslide victory is proof that Netanyahu has no contender within the Likud despite the corruption charges against him and his failure to form a government twice. Saar congratulated Netanyahu on his victory in the party leadership race and promised to stand behind him in the campaign for Likud's success in the election to be held in March. Netanyahu expressed gratitude to those who voted for him and asked his party members to unite in order to ensure a sweeping victory for the Likud and the right in the election. And in tragic news, a passenger plane carrying nearly 100 people crashed near the city of Almaty in Kazakhstan on Friday after takeoff. It slammed into a house, killing at least 12 people, including the captain, and injured dozens. The Fokker 100 aircraft, operated by Beck Air, got into trouble shortly after departing from Almaty on a pre-dawn flight en route to the capital, Nur Sultan. It lost altitude during takeoff and broke through a concrete fence before hitting the two-story building. It was not immediately clear what caused the crash. Kazakhstan's Deputy Prime Minister Roman Skyla said that the necessary support would be provided to the families of the victims and the injured. He also said that the government is investigating a possible breach of flight operation and safety rules, a standard legal procedure, and suspending all flights by Beck Air pending the investigation. And in news in the world of sport, six-time world champion MC Mary Kom and Nikat Zareen will clash in the 51-kilogram category finals of the women's boxing trials for next year's Olympic qualifiers after claiming unanimous victories in their respective first-round bouts in New Delhi on Friday. Former junior world champion Zareen defeated reigning national champion Jyoti Gulia, while multiple-time Asian champion Mary Kom got the better of Ritu Grewal. The two-day competition ends on Saturday. And you can vote for the top sports news of 2019. Watch the results on 31st December to see if your story made it to the top. And that's a wrap of this bulletin, but news continues here. You can catch all the latest updates on our social media, mobile and digital platforms. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye and have a good weekend.